Greetings and good day, this is Donnie with Tech Winter, and thank you so much for joining me. Well guys, it is time to upgrade my overhead lighting in my office. I am now going with this 12-inch diameter, only less than an inch thick fixture that I will be putting on the ceiling, and then also we'll be installing the Lutron Caseta starter kit as well for dimmable smart lighting control over here. So that switch you can see in the corner is going away, and that overhead light is going away as well. We're going from this look to this, with maybe some time lapse involved. So without any further ado, let's dive in and let's take a look. So guys, as you can see with the wardrobe change, I'm actually filming this part of this video a week and a half after my install. So as you can also see over here, I've got this new light switch, this Lutron, that is completely installed at this point. I've been using it now for a week and a half, and I've had nothing but an incredible experience with it. So in a previous video, we talked about how smart lighting really comes in three different flavors. You've got smart bulbs, smart plugs, and also smart switches. And for this overhaul, I wanted to incorporate a new dimmable light fixture that is completely LED, very thin form factor, along with the ability to control it from a dimmer switch itself. So as you can see here, I went with the Lutron, basically what I call their starter kit, which includes a switch, also what's called a Pico remote, and also a wireless bridge. You do need a wireless bridge to enable any of the smart features with this switch. And I will say with the bridge, it was very straightforward, plugging it into power, and then it has this Ethernet port on the back. It came with an Ethernet cable, so I plugged it into an available Ethernet port that I had, and I was able to hit the ground running inside the app. It immediately saw it, added it to my Lutron account, and everything was good to go. So the next thing was removing the ceiling fan that I had in place and also the old switch off of the wall. So pro tip for you guys, if you're at home by yourself and you're doing this project, you do need to turn off the power at the breaker. And for me, the breaker box is downstairs, this room is upstairs, so I actually did set up a little video call to myself so that I could see if I was flipping the right breaker, and sure enough, pretty proud of myself. Yes, they were labeled inside the breaker box, but I did get it on the first attempt. And as you can see here, this ceiling fan, which was made by Harbor Breeze, kudos to their engineer. They never intend for you to disassemble this thing, and holy Moses, it took me forever to get it down. All right, a little lower tech than usual, but I want to go ahead and show you guys this thing. So this is the 20 watt, 12-inch dimmable. Also from a specifications perspective, you can at least see some of the numbers here. You can set it to 3 different color temperatures as well. So we will be setting it to the 3000K because color temps matter. And then also from a lumens perspective, this thing does do 2000 lumens, so incredibly bright. The unboxing, there is the light fixture. There's everything as far as what will be mounted into the ceiling as well. I like the design of this. They do have the sticker over the back. Make sure the lamp rotates in place after installation. So removing that, and this guy will basically twist into place. I'll end up mounting this into the ceiling now, and then we will just lock this bad boy into place. So I love the design of this new fixture that I got on Amazon, which by the way, I'll put a link in the description for. And as you can see here, really the most challenging thing was getting it to where it would screw into place. So you kind of had to feel that. You can't really see because of it being such a flush mount to the ceiling, but I was finally able to just by feel get it completely locked in place, absolutely secure. And guys, I will tell you about this switch itself. Of all of the electrical things that I've really done in my house, this was one of the most easy, straightforward things to do. So one of the primary reasons that I went with Lutron over some of the more affordable smart switches is the fact that you do not need a neutral wire. As I mentioned in a previous video, my home was built in the early 1980s, and it does not have neutral wiring installed into the electrical wiring in my home. So Lutron is one of those that does support it. They are also a leader in this space, so I had no problem going with them. It was just a larger investment on the front end. And as you can see from this video, removing the old switch was very basic. It had a white wire and a black wire, and then also a copper, which is just your ground. And once it was removed, installing the new Lutron one, either cable can connect to either cable that's coming into the wall. So it was very simple. They were both black cables. I just paired one to the white cable, one to the black cable, and then of course that green one goes to your ground as well. So once I got everything tightened back up, I went back to the breaker, I turned it on, and guys, we were ready to hit the ground running. And I will say kudos to Lutron and just the ease of use in the app, because adding that new switch was a very simple process inside the app. Because the bridge was already there, it allowed me to quickly label it. So I eventually just landed on calling it office ceiling, and I have it now paired as well inside of with the group that I have inside this room. Turn off the office lights. And everything just goes off like it's supposed to. Turn on the office lights. One of the other things I will highlight is that Pico remote itself. It's wildly convenient. I can sit here and I can turn off that overhead light with a push of a button. As you can see, it just got darker in this room. I can also turn it back on as well, and then all the dimmer controls in between. So the nice thing about this fixture, it says you can go from 5% all the way to 100%. And it gets very granular in those controls by Lutron, because this was one of their recommended switches as well. So guys, week and a half in, and I'm absolutely thrilled with this purchase. I can't wait to add more of them to my house. Now that I've entered into this space, I only see myself continuing to expand it into other parts of the house as well. So maybe more future projects. And guys, I'd love to hear about any installs that you've done yourself. I couldn't be more pleased with the ease of the installation. Everything so far working very well. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you haven't already, I'd ask you to consider liking and subscribing and hitting that bell notification so that you're always staying up to date with new content as it's uploaded. But for now, I'm Donnie with Tech Winner. New smart lighting in my office. Totally thrilled. You guys have a great day.